Hi, my name is StephenAllen and today we're going to talk about the top 5 elements that needs to be talked about during your pre-production meeting when you're building an album with an artist.
StephenAllen Music.
Before we begin, I got to put this whole conversation in context. I'm working with an artist and we're going to start production on recording his next album. This go around, I thought it would be a little bit more professional if we had meetings for like a week every day. So we did an hour meeting every day for a week to discuss different elements and parts of the whole process that needs to happen and piece together basically a plan from start to finish, from recording to release, so that we have a roadmap on how everything is going to work or should work. Of course, things are going to go wrong, things are going to go left, things are going to change. It's life. You already know. That's what this whole conversation is about. I don't believe in chasing placements. I believe if you're going to be a producer, you have to be a producer and produce an album. What I'm doing is I'm going to build the whole album. From there, the artist can take it to whatever direction they want. If they want to work with other producers to build different pieces of the album, is perfectly fine. But for my part, I'm going to build the foundation for the album for this artist. Let me give you the whole rundown on what we discussed. So I have my notes here, as you can see. I have a PDF. If you want a copy of the structure that I use, I can email it to you. Just, hit me up and I'll send you these exact questions that I wrote down and came up with. Day 1, meeting number 1. First thing we did was review. I've worked with this artist in the past, so it was easy for me to find all the music. I didn't have to go re-listen to everything, because I'm basically part of the previous projects. So first thing we did was review all the music that has been done previously. The idea was to review previously released music and identify room for improvement. So anything that we liked, that we didn't like, we made a chart of things that we like, things that need to be improved. So we basically filled up the side that needs to be improved, from how to record, my mixing and mastering, anything, what the production type should be like, timing, all sorts of things. And that's all we talked about, was how the past projects were put together and how we thought this one should be put together a little bit more better. Because it's all about incremental improvements. You improve over time. You're not going to be able to build it overnight and have it the way you want it. So taking it slow was definitely a big one. Because last album, I was living like an hour and a half away. So when I came, whatever we recorded, that's what we put out basically. I was only coming for like a few sessions. Wasn't able to really dive in like I wanted to and like explore different sounds like I wanted to. I basically got to come, boom, make a beat, re-record, and move on to the next. And I did that for a couple weeks as much as I could. Another thing was better mixing. So I've invested lately in some new plugins from Isotope. I bought the Tonal Balance bundle and never used their plugins before. I've been learning like crazy, be able to improve my mixing. I reviewed all the stuff I know about mixing and like just learning new techniques, because there's new ways of listening. The loudness war, of course. I gotta figure a way around that, because I don't like super loud, distorted mixes. I don't know why that's a thing. It sounds terrible, but we do have to compete at the end of the day. Another thing we talked about was how much production needs to be done before we start recording. I asked for a higher quantity of records to be done. That way we can choose more records. That way it's not just whatever we record we use. We're gonna make a whole batch of records, a whole humongous batch of records, more than we've ever done before, and then we're just gonna select the final 10. Just not rushing. Just not rushing and creating a specific sound. We're gonna nail that, most definitely. So that was day 1. Day 2. Day 2 was all about scheduling. We talked for an hour about how do we want this to go. We're gonna make a loose schedule around the music production, the tracking the vocals, mixing and mastering, basically completing the final versions of the records. First things first, I asked for a month to just go ahead and start making a whole batch of beats, because I just switched completely into Pro Tools and I haven't made a beat in Pro Tools in a very long time. So I had to relearn Pro Tools to do production, because tracking vocals is just arm, record. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's way easy, but knowing all the shortcuts and ins and outs of Pro Tools to make the beat and track it out and all of that and structure everything, Haven't done that in a long time because I kept switching DAWs to do my production. So we're 100% in the box of Pro Tools. 100%. So I asked for a whole month to at least get 20 finished beats done, 20 ideas done, and then we'll do those. He picked the best ones that he want from those and complete those records, and then we just start the next layer and the next layer of 10 and just go on there until we get to 30 records at least. So we're not stopping this process until we get to 30 records. So I'm starting this process now in February. So February, I've been doing all the production, all my pre-production. I'll just have tracks ready to go, bounce ideas, and record the record. All of March 2020, we're going to be tracking vocals Monday through Friday, and we're going to take the weekend off to breathe, listen to the music, live life a little bit, and then come back to it. So we're treating this like a job, like a 9 to 5. When we both get off of work, that's what we're doing Monday through Friday. We're just tracking vocals. As we're living life on the weekends, whatever records we get done during the week, I'm going to mix over the weekend. I'll take the Saturday and Sunday and get the records done. If we're taking our time, I'm expecting about probably 2 or 3 fully flushed out records done. And then boom, over the weekend I just mix them 3, and then we just 3 or 4, whatever, how many we complete. We might do 5 in 5 days. Be like that sometimes with hip hop. We're gonna do it that way. And unless there's like a super imbalance, then we'll restructure how this will go. But that's basically the schedule right now for the tracking. Day 3, we spent an hour, and day 3 was all about song topics and a theme for the album. We noticed this when we listened to the past albums. There's no theme. It's a lot of random ideas. So I wanted it to build more of a cohesive album as much as possible. We just basically bounce around themes for the album and song topics that haven't been touched on. Because anybody can talk about partying. So we needed to come up with song topics outside of that. So it could be relationship, family problems, money problems, financial problems, any sort of thing. How I feel that morning type of records. We don't really do too many of those. Talk about politics, just different things that this artist hasn't done yet. We just made a list of like different topics that can go inside of a theme for this album, so that this album has a definite focus, so that when somebody's listening to it, they can listen to it top to bottom and back. It should make sense musically. And I can't tell you the theme because you'll know later in the process. I'll reveal that as we go along. But this theme is pretty cool because it's wide. It's a specific theme, but it's wide open to anything can go in it. That was our compromise. We just made a theme that, hey, we can go this way, that way, this way. We can touch a lot of different areas. And I like that because I like diversity. I don't like albums that are all trap or all hip hop or all this type of sound or all that type of sound. Them type of albums are cool, but they're not my favorite. I like artists that are very diverse. Like I like to hear a track that's left from the whole album every few tracks. You feel what I'm saying? That way I'm not thinking I'm hearing the same thing over and over. Just spice it up a little bit. I refuse to work with artists that only have that one signature sound and that's all they do. They don't even try to record anything else. It's cool if you try other things you still don't like and you just stick to your signature sound. That's cool. I work with those type of artists as well. But there's a lot of artists that just aren't diverse enough and don't push the limits of their sound. Like, music is music. Music is music. That's all I'm going to say to that one. Next day, day 4, element number 4. We talked about production costs. What I mean by production costs, we talked about identifying all the production costs associated with building the album, not including marketing and post-production. So everything that we need to have in order to actually track and record and build the beats and make the actual album. We're not talking about promotion in this one. Basically coming up with what do we actually need to do to actually build this album. So the artist is coming to me, so I already have my own setup. A lot of this cost was basically cut out because I already been building up my setup for over the years. Basically what we did was we tallied up how much of an investment I put in from the speakers, the keyboard, the MacBook Pro, all my software. We looked up how much it costs if we had to go to a recording studio and actually track the vocals there, and we found different prices. Some range from $30, $35 an hour to $50 to hundreds of dollars an hour, which we would never do. I'm the type of person, I believe in a home studio, and I believe every artist, whether you're a producer, singer, rapper, it does not matter. There's no excuse in today's day, in 2020, that you don't have your own studio. I don't want to hear that excuse. It's just a BS excuse. People are just lazy and don't want to learn, or they really feel they can't learn, which is not true either, because we have the internet, and all you have to do is apply yourself. Because I started with not knowing how to do anything, and I just applied myself to learn this. Worst case scenario, computer crashes, something goes wrong, we gotta start recording in the studio to record the rest of that album. We already know them prices. We already have 5 studios that we can go to and know how to book out the studio, you know, just as a backup. We talked about none of these beats that are going for his album will be leases. They're all exclusive beats, and my exclusive price at the time we discussed this was a certain amount. I normally keep that number between the artist and me, whatever the budget is, and we just split it up on how many beats they want. Just split the price up to a fair price to where they can handle it and I can deliver. Because that price can always change. The better I get, the more I can just raise my price per exclusive beat. So if you need some beats though, hit me up on my BeatStars and we could talk, you know, negotiate, check me out. Final point, I'm recording this artist for free. I don't believe in charging people unless you don't know them and like they're being referred to you. Other than that, if you're doing something like I'm doing where you're building the whole entire album and they're using my production, I'm recording them. I want to make sure that the song gets done. And I encourage other producers, if somebody's coming to you specifically for your production and you're being allowed to build their whole entire project, record them for free, please. Just make the process as easy as possible, because a lot of artists don't have a budget. That way, the music actually comes out, because I've had a lot of bad situations in the past where the artist never released the music. We never really finished recording the album. You know, things go left. For me, I just go ahead and just record the artist. No problem. And plus, it's experience for me, so I'm not about to rob myself of an experience of a lifetime, because, hey, knowledge is power, and the only way to really get it is through experience. We discussed a lot of the production costs and what's associated with that, and have a backup plan. Day 5, the last day, we talked about marketing and promotion. The goal for day 5 was to establish a marketing plan for the rest of the year, including a 6-week plan and around the album before and after, and also discuss how many music videos and singles will be released to promote this album. Promotion is always, for me, where things go wrong. We can get the album done and this, that, and the third, then the artist just release the music and pray, basically. Wasting my time and my money and wasting basically this whole process is key. It's a key element that is always overlooked until the last minute, and then everything fails. So this go around, I want to make sure we know for sure at least how many singles and music videos are getting released so that we can market the album. So we settled on 10 records and at least 2 guaranteed are being done. Also, to promote, I will be recording on video the whole studio, all the studio sessions that we're having as well. That way, that's more marketing towards the album, so that not only do they have a music video, they also have content pieces around the album, the behind the scenes, you know, the little ins and outs, can humanize the artist so that you can get to know the artist more and be in their world versus just, hey, this is my music, go listen to it, go buy it. No. Hey, watch us make this. Let us know what you think we can do better. Come be a part of the session. I'm inviting people to come to the session and listen to the finished tracks as we go, so that, you know, we get more input. The more input, the better the record will be. Too much input could kill it. I do agree. I know a couple people, I value their opinion. They've helped me in the past and their opinion has been valid. Just more content is better. Somebody might miss a music video, but they might see your vlog or something like that. You want to have as many content pieces that you can possibly can to keep the push in the album for more than just a month. We talking about 6-week plan before and after the album and the rest of the year as well. So we have a 6-month plan and a year-long plan of how far we're going to push this to try to push it onto the charts. Get it to the highest it can be. That conversation was very interesting. Me and this artist, we've never had a problem with promotion. We've shot music videos in the past and ran ads and did shows together and all of that. So I don't have no problem with this particular artist, but everybody else always had a problem with, because you have to have a budget, a marketing budget, when you're recording an album. Everybody knows that. So save your money because you're going to need it, especially if you're independent. You're going to need it. Partying every night is not a smart idea when you're about to release an album. You need to save that money, okay? I'm just going to throw it out there. You can live afterwards, but during the album, you need to save all your money so that we can have as much towards marketing as possible. Because we know you need covers done, photography, videography, everything. You need blogs to contact and all this. All of this stuff takes money to actually generate so that you can have momentum. And momentum is key to the success of the album. You do all this work, but if it dies on day one, it dies on day one. We got to be able to push. We came up with a cool marketing strategy. I'm making sure that there are a lot of content pieces. We've been networking to find the photographer and videographer. We got that person so that when it's time to shoot the music videos and do all the photography, boom. We already know what the price is going to be. We just need to find the locations and shoot. And a couple of other pieces around that we also strategize about. So marketing, focus on marketing. The game is 90% marketing, 10% talent. We hear this all the time. It's very true. Nobody hears it, nobody cares. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. If you have made it this far, I hope this give you some insight and actually help you on your next project. And I hope you follow this process just like I did and see how far you can get and see where the process can be improved and changed. If you have any questions, please just hit me up. I'm more than willing to talk to you. I would love your feedback as well. So always, leave a comment below or email me directly and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And we can probably meet up and talk about it. You never know. Thank you for watching. And until next time, to the last note.
Yeah. Steph.